there are some string methods that we want to discuss. So I'm talking about methods. What comes into your mind when I say method? We have just recently discussed this, yes. Hmm? Different ways to do what? Do something on what? On strings. But I'm talking about methods. What comes into your mind? We have just recently discussed this last week. What is method? Yeah? What's that? Inside of a class, okay. And you? The same thing, yeah. So functions that are part of a class, okay. So the string method means the functions associated with the string class, and this is why Python is an object-oriented programming language. Whatever you write, even you create a variable and assign a string value, you actually create an instance of a string class, okay. So everything in Python is object-oriented. So string objects have many useful methods to do things like replacing characters, converting to lowercase, capitalizing the first character, splitting and joining strings, etc. So we will be talking about few of the methods that are very important from exam. Again, I do not need to repeat myself again. Whatever we are discussing is a part of exam. And some of the methods you will be required to use in your mini project, next mini project. So first thing first is the split method. It's a very common programming task to break a larger string into substrings. Okay, and that is also very frequently used in natural language processing. So what happens with the split method is it takes a string as an input and it splits into a string substrings, and that substrings are generally referred as tokens that are organized in a container in the form of a list. Okay, so input to split method is a string, the output is a list containing substrings. Okay, does that make sense? Input to split method is a string, the output is a list of substrings. Now when we are splitting the string, we need to specify where do we want to split the string from. Okay, that is what we call a separator. Is a character or a sequence of characters that indicates where to split the string into pieces or into tokens. Okay, so let's take an example. If we do not specify any separator, it means that it will treat white space as a separator. Okay, so just like an example sentence, I love Python. I know you don't. So that's a just an example. I, and there is a white space, love, and then another white space in Python. I'm trying to split it. I do not specify any separator here. So by default, it will pick the white space in your string. Okay. So when you run this code, my tokens here, it would be a list containing these elements. I as a separate element because it is split the string around the white space. Second element is love, and the third element is Python. Okay, so input is a string and output is a list containing these elements split around the separator. If you do not specify any separator, it's always a white space, simply space. Okay, understand? Let's take another example. This time our separator is a forward slash. So we are asking user to input a URL, any like a web page address. We will save that input into a variable named URL, and then we are splitting that URL around forward slash. Okay? And then it will be assigned to tokens, and we are printing tokens. So token is a list. So let's say when we run this code, user specify this as an input, this string as an input, n.wikipedia.org/wiki/ethernet and /. So just like here, in this case, it generated a list of 3 elements. What do you think? How many elements will there be in the list it will generate? The list named tokens. Okay, you can, okay, so you can just specify with your fingers, yeah. Anyone else? Okay. So that's a very common answer. Let's see what it is. So the first element, the second element, third, and the last one. Where this last one came from? Because we had a separator at the end. So it picks this element and it has to pick the other around it, okay, around the separator. That is why it picked up an empty element, empty string, as the last element. This is very important to understand because you might be given similar kind of a string. You need to identify whether there is a separator at the end or not. If there is any separator at the end, you will have an empty element at the end. Let me demonstrate this to you on here as well. So let's say I have a URL. I'm not taking an input, just specifying it here directly. So what was that? Sorry. Okay, so here the input is in.wikipedia.org/wiki/ethernet and / okay. URL is split and I'm specifying the / and there you go. You have 4 elements now, and let's say I update my string and remove the last separator at the end. And let's do the same operation again, and this time you have only 3 elements. Okay? So you can practice with similar kind of things, like again you have these as an example. Let me go back. Any question here on this terminal? So you can easily create, exam paper yourself. Like whatever I'm discussing here, whatever examples that I'm giving, just know that the exam will be around those topics. So you can easily prepare yourself. Nothing is coming out of lecture slides. And if you are still not performing better, then I don't know how can I help more here. If you have any question here, you can ask me. Otherwise, I can move forward. So this was a split method. Similarly, we have another method named join method. This works. Sorry. Yes.
I have a question. So what if the backslash? What if it was at the start? Would it still be the same?
The /?
Yeah.
That's a very good question. Let's try seeing it around here. So if it would be, sorry, yes. If it would be a / here, right?
Yeah.
That was your question. And see if you perform this operation and you get the empty element at the beginning also.
Okay.
Because it tries to split the string around this separator. So before this is nothing, so it will create an element with nothing, empty element, and then the next element is this.
So it doesn't matter if it's at the start or the end, it's the same.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Maybe we can have start and the end, and then you can do it like this. Sorry. So you can see there is an element, empty element at the start, at the end.
Okay.
Good question. Any other? Okay. All right, so join method, it works exactly opposite way as a split method. In the split method, we split the string into substrings that are arranged in a list. In join method, we already have substrings placed in a container and we want to join them together to form a string. So the syntax is you need to specify the separator first, like how you want to construct your string, what do you want to insert between the substrings, and then you specify the name of the join method and then list of all the elements that you want to join. Okay? So here it is important to know that join method only takes one list. Okay? You cannot specify any nested list, you cannot specify multiple list, or you cannot specify any individual elements separately. So it takes one list. So let's take an example here. So what we are doing here is add as a separator, dot join, and then we are passing a list containing two elements, Bill Gates and Microsoft, and it will join these two elements by inserting a separator in between, Bill Gates at Microsoft. If I would have another element, let's say New York as a third element in this list, it would throw off Bill Gates at Microsoft at New York. Okay, so it will just, the separator will just be inserted between all the elements. Make sense? Good. So as I mentioned, it takes a single list argument. Each element in the list is concatenated or joined together with a separator in between. So we have talked about slicing, split method, join method,